Hello, and thanks for watching another episode of ARFCOM News, your source for the finest two-way propaganda brought to you by TNVC.com. Today, I want to tell you why these two pastors are suing the state of New York. Bishop Larry Boyd and Reverend Jimmy Hardaway are suing Kevin Bruen, John Flynn, and Brian Seaman in their official capacities as oppressive agents of the state because places of worship are also swept up in New York's reactionary new floor is lava bill, which defies the Bruen ruling by declaring basically everywhere to be off limits to carry. Their suit is based on Second Amendment grounds, but I wonder if there's also a free exercise argument in there too. I'm not a lawyer because there are some things even I wouldn't do for a Klondike bar, but it seems to me the government has no business telling a church what they can do. And don't even start with this whole guns have no place in church nonsense. First of all, it's none of your business or mine how anyone else worships. But as my friend and personal hero Bear says,
Jesus wasn't a pussy.
Christ literally advised his followers to sell their clothes and buy a weapon before going out into the dangerous world. I'm not here to proselytize. Some of us on the ARFCOM team are Christians and others are not. My point isn't what you ought to believe. My point is there is no legal or theological reason these shepherds shouldn't be allowed to protect their flock. The state's response to the lawsuit is both insulting and inadequate. Bruen requires the state to show laws like the one they are trying to defend existed around the time the Constitution was ratified, and as an example, the earliest laws they could produce are from the antebellum South almost 100 years after the Constitution. Laws that were never really intended to be forced against sensible white folk anyway, even if they did carry a gun in church. I don't know, I think maybe the most satisfying thing about the Bruen opinion is how it has forced the control freaks to go on record time after time to show the historical roots of what gun control is really all about. If you want to help these pastors beat Bruen again, please consider donating to the SAF or FPC.
So you bought some nods and now you're ready to rock, right? You knew you needed training to run that rifle like a Chad, so why should night vision be any different? TNVC.com is your source for the night fighter training you need to be effective.
Matt Hoover's motion to dismiss the ATF's case against him for having a drawing of a lightning link and helping the artist sell his drawings was dismissed. Oh, I'm sorry. Conspiracy to distribute illegal machine guns. And just in case you missed it, here's the TLDR on how we got here. Christopher Irvin had a small business selling a credit card-shaped piece of steel with a drawing of a lightning link on it called an auto key card. It was a novelty, good for literally nothing but scraping global warming off your windshield and maybe opening beers for the ones that had a bottle opener on them. But if you were to carefully cut along those lines, you would then have a device you could drop into a semi-auto AR or convert into full auto. Of course, you don't need to pay Irvin to get one. The dimensions and template are widely available on the internet, so anyone could easily cut one out of a literal soup can if you wanted, hypothetically, in Minecraft. But in F-Troop's pretty little hive mind head, a part that can convert a gun to a machine gun is itself a machine gun. So logically, a drawing of that part is a whole-ass machine gun too. So in March of last year, they arrested Irvin. The ARFCOM investigative team recently obtained exclusive leaked footage of that raid. Please note, the footage may be disturbing for some viewers.
All right already. Ladies and gentlemen.
Matt Hoover of CRS Firearms comes in because he helped Irvin sell the auto key card, and the feds consider that conspiracy. Hoover's legal team initially moved to dismiss charges outright on the grounds that NFA is unconstitutional, but that motion was recently denied, which is the news we're reporting here today. No surprise there. The case is still in play, and no one really expected the judge just up and toss it out, but it was a real power move to open by basically saying, this whole thing is bullshit and machine guns should be totally legal anyway. We'll keep watching this one, and we'll keep you posted. How woke do you have to be to intentionally allow multiple armed teenagers wearing masks into a school? Woke enough to claim you were worried the police would hurt those poor criminals? Best I can figure from the various reports, a school security guard saw 4 teens roll up in 3 cars which turned out to be stolen. They got out wearing masks and carrying guns and approached the school. The security guard warned 2 assistant principals repeatedly, which you can hear on the 911 tape, not to let the criminals in. Not that anyone should ever need to be told not to do that, but like a chick in a slasher film, they just refused to listen. The police did catch and arrest 3 of the dudes and recovered 2 weapons, but the 4th guy got away. The school district is defending the assistant principals, and I couldn't find any mention of discipline or charges against them pending. And now, for your moment of zen.
How about this weather? It's great. How about the super high pistol belt? It's like the opposite of low riding jeans. This is my Steve Urkel rig.
Can I do that?
Hey friend, do you like pews and pew-related things? Do you want to help us keep delivering you pure, uncut American pew propaganda at the low, low price of $3.99? We literally couldn't make this show if it weren't for the generous support of TNVC.com, purveyors of the finest non-GMO night vision devices, handcrafted from fine Corinthian leather in the old world style. They also have mounts, lights, training, swag, and all sorts of other cage-free single malt gear to make you the bump in the night. And remember, if you weren't subscribed to our channel, you make puppies cry and Captain America's disappointed. I love you.